Whoops. I forgot that that scene has the microphone. Well, I hope you weren't wearing headphones. So, how's everybody doing? Welcome to the stream. I'm James. Hey, John. Good to see you. It's actually quite an old intro. I've been using that since KiCad 5 was in nightlies. Because it's from a template from somebody called, I think his name is Grant. He has a channel, or had a channel, Lone Archer Films. And so he made a template, and more or less, it's basically a template. And then I used it. And I remembered back then, it was like, the problem I had with it was I didn't have a lot of clips of my face, because most of the add-ons videos were all animation. And so it's like, I've thought about trying to go back and redo it, but I'd rather just come up with something new. So, anywho, how's everybody doing? All right, we're going to get right into the schematic. Oh, this should not have the overlay. Whoops. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Oh, I need to load it. So tell you what, I'm going to stall a little bit more. I did put a link in the chat, I think, if it works. If not, I'll just have to do it later. Pinned it. I was on the MacroFab podcast this week. I talked to Parker and Steven about the Mega 2E, and so we had a really good conversation. I really like talking to those guys. They're really sharp, and they're always they're really good. Both of them are very good about asking questions they know the answer to, so that the person that's talking, that their guest, can actually answer it. And so sometimes I'm like, come on, you guys should know that. And then it's like, wait, no, they're just giving me a chance to do the talking. But they're good guys. So I would, if you'd like to learn or hear more about that project, go check that out. Didn't really have any new revelations in it, but yeah. Okay. So where are we at? Let's see. Let's go to this guy. And yeah, I'll stick to there. And then I am going to try turning this on. I got a overlay thingy, which I've been wanting to play with. There's one more aspect of it that I haven't figured out. I want it to have the history of the buttons I've pressed, but I couldn't get that working before the stream. So we'll see how that goes. So we have been recreating the TRS-80 MC-10. It was it's not a Coco, which is the more popular TRS-80 series of color computers. This was like, this was actually, I think, maybe as Francois was telling me, that this might actually be a clone of a French-based computer. But yeah, it's kind of an oddball in the TRS-80 family. But we repaired one of these, or at least recapped it on stream a long time ago. And so we're just recreating the schematic. And now the big thing we have to do today is I want to get the modulator done, because if we get the modulator done, I'm pretty sure the only other thing that's left is this little bit of power supply over here, which I'm not even sure is in the... I may not do the power supply, because I don't think that's inside. Let's go take a quick look. I'm not positive about this. Let's just look for a good image of this thing. Yeah, okay, so this is actually the same site where I have the this colorized schematic from. Well, it does have a BAC in it. That's usually a giveaway. That looks like a regulator. That's the switch. And that's probably the... Okay, so it does have the rectifier. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Carry on. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it works out. I do want to. I really do want to get the history working though, because I think that's going to be helpful for people. But I'm not good at software, so yeah. There's also a new Workbench Wednesdays video out, which I won't link to until the end of the stream, because I always think that's funny. But it's on pull-up resistors for I2C. It's something that I had wanted to do for a very, very long time, and I just struggled with how to cover it. And it finally hit me as I was looking through application notes how most of them talk about, in order to pick a pull-up resistor for I2C, you need to know the bus capacitance of the bus. And it was hilarious to me how many of them said that, but then really didn't provide much of a guidance. So the short of it is, the values really don't very rarely matter. It's only in extreme cases where you either have a lot of devices or you have a really electrically long bus, like a backplane or a cable or something. And even then, it's probably going to be easier and faster to build up a prototype and measure it. So the PiPico's datasheet mentions it as something from the Stone Age. I'll have to go look for that reference. I don't think I know that one. But it's funny you say that, because in the video I made a point to use a presentation from DesignCon 2003. One reason is I think I was actually at that one. I can't remember which year I went, but it would have been around, oh, you know what? It wouldn't have been. It would have been after 2005. I'm thinking of a different, I went to IDF in 2003 or 2004. I went to IDF. Anywho, I just thought it was funny that it's like this information has been out there for over 20 years and people still struggle with what do we do with this? All right, so did this get, yeah, see, I didn't want that. Let me save this. I should have created the sheet. Where's the, wait a minute. Where is it because I haven't edited it yet? Okay. What I don't like is I don't want this file name to be untitled. I wanted it to be, wait, yeah, I'm just gonna change it now. Editor unit, okay. I'm gonna come in here and let's see, we can hide that, we can close that. I don't know what an MC-1072 is. I don't think there's going to be a symbol for it. We might get lucky. Nope. I wonder if it's like the composite video chip that's in the 2GS. I'll bet it is. Wait a minute. Is it the same one? Is it? I just thought, I just had this realization. Is that a number I recognize, or what was it? So let's go to, for the moment, let's add a symbol library to this project, and we will add, 2GS symbols. Okay. Well, you know what? I just had a realization why we should create symbols for these schematics, even if they're really not necessary. Let's go 2GS. Ah, it's a 1377 instead of a 1372. And I didn't do the symbols. Okay, so we're not going to even bother. All right, let's close this and then get rid of that library because I don't want that to get in our way. And instead, let's go create this symbol after we go and visit and find a data sheet for it. let's do save page as. Oh, where am I going to put this? All right, I'll just put it on my desktop for now. I don't know where I want to put it. So it is a color TV modulator. You're a color TV modulator. PDF gear. Hold up. Open, 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 open. This. Yeah, I don't want that to be. Okay. And get this out of dark mode. All right. So that way we can see what the pins are. But for now, we're going to go to our symbol editor. We're going to create a new, well, if we try to click new, it should complain that we don't have a library selected, which is really silly because I'm going to select this library. Now click new symbol, and the name's going to be MC-1072. I'm going to say OK, and then I'm going to hit save. All right. I forgot why that was silly. The reason I thought it was silly did not actually end up happening. The Q36 space modulator. I feel like that's a joke that I don't know the reference to. Okay, so this is odd because none of the pins are defined. So let's do it this way. Let's do pin 1 and put it up here. And then let's do pin 2 here. Roughly here. And then I think this looks like 5, 6, 7, 9, because there's 8 is down here. Like, okay. What did I just say? Was that 9? I'm going to call that 9. And then we'll do 6. Oh, okay, I'll fix that later. I named it 6 instead of numbered it 6, but we'll fix it in a minute. All right, and then 5. Because what I want to do is I want to lay these pins out, and then we'll look at the data sheet and name them, just so that in case we want to use this symbol again as a reference or something, that it's at least set up correctly. All right. And then over on this other side, this is a little more normal. Well, readable is what I should say. I guess everything's normal. Normal is what everyone else is and you are not. It's probably the best quote in that entire movie. All right. All right, let's move this over. And then let's just draw a box like so. Let's move these over some more. There we go. And that looks like, okay, so let's fix this one. This should be 6. So 9, 6, 7, 5, 8, 10. Actually, saying these numbers out loud made me realize I saw this article, and I haven't tried this, but I'm going to because I 100% believe that this is going to work. But in most area codes at larger stores, most of the loyalty programs, somebody has created an account. Most likely, somebody has created an account with the phone number 8675309. And so it's like if you're ever like at a store and you're like, well, you want to take advantage of the discounts, but you don't want to sign up for anything, give that phone number a try. Which totally makes sense when I hear it. It's like, yeah, I could totally see people doing that. Okay. Actually, I now that I said it out loud, I'm going to try it next time I go to the supermarket, instead of giving them my throwaway phone number. So my throwaway phone number, I didn't understand why, but for years. So there was this guy that worked at the Safeway that I used to go to, and nice guy, Chris. but he was a little bit peculiar because he always would say, "Welcome to Safeway." Like to every single person he encountered, "Welcome to Safeway, welcome to Safeway." And it was, yeah. I mean, nice guy. He wasn't like even weird. It was just, that was just the one thing he did that was a little bit peculiar. And, but with me, he would very often say, "Thanks for coming in, Mr. Safeway. Thanks for coming in, Mr. Safeway." And I was like, why is he being so weird to me? And then one day I realized when I signed up for my Safeway account, I put my name in as James Safeway. And I did that so that if mail started showing up, I would know where it came from. And like what I didn't know after that was, did Chris realize that that was like my little joke, you know? Or did he actually think I was Mr. Safeway? All right. Marvin the Martian. Oh, okay. Yeah, I totally did not catch that reference. I don't think I've seen a Marvin the Martian comic since I was a kid. Yeah. All right. So 3 looks like an input that we're not using. 7, I'm going to use my skills of perception. Oh, you can't see that. It says 7 is a color A input and 6 is a color reference input. I'm going to guess that those are inputs. Actually, I forgot to do. Okay, I did this wrong. This is not. I'm going to leave that. This is the power input. Remember, ground is a power input. Let's go. 11 is VCC. And then 7 is a color input. Color A in. We're going to have to make this symbol bigger. I can already tell. Why is that? Oh, okay. 6 is color ref in. Maybe I'll just say color A. 6 is color ref. I'll bet that I know what that's for. Now, the RF tank, I guess I'm going to set these as passive. Actually, I'm not even going to. I'm going to name this RF and this tank. And we're going to make both of those passive. All right. Okay. And then 8 is a chroma mod. All right. Chroma mod. And it is an output. 10 looks like a chroma input. 12 is an RF modulator output. RF mod output. 9 is Luma, not Luna, like the crypto coin scam. Luma. I was going to type Luna anyway. And then 5 will be color B. Right? And I think that gets all of our pins. So now what we're going to do is let's just move these over like 1, 2, 3. And let's move these over 1, 2, 3. And then fatten up this symbol a little bit. Which is probably why that's why the other schematic doesn't even have those. Okay. What's 1 and 2? Row. Oh, so 1 is the clock output. And 2 is the oscillator. And it's an input. So we're going to do the same thing. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because I think I want this to be about here, and then we're going to move these to be about here. And then these will all just kind of move to about here. I said it one too many times. Yeah, what was the what got stuck in my head? I feel like it was either yesterday or today. I heard something and I was like, this is gonna get stuck in my head, and then I was singing it all day. It's like, come on. All right, cool. And so then let's go quickly add a description. The description is a color TV video modulator circuit. Silicon monolithic. Sure, why not? Mana? No, that wasn't it. I feel really weird like even bringing it up because like I remember getting a tune stuck in my head. I don't remember why or what it was. Excuse me. Okay, let's save that. Close this and let's plop this guy in. 151372. Okay, I'm going to put it roughly in the center of this because I don't know where it's going to actually go. And now let's just start adding components and see what happens, because I'm not sure how this is going to space out. So we're going to give it a shot. See, I'm tempted to do something bad here. You know what I should have done? I just thought of this. I should have installed 8.0.1 RC. Shoot, it's going to take too long to install it. I forgot. There's a release candidate for 8.0.1, and I should have installed that. Okay. Okay. So what I don't like about, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Did this actually happen? So I said trimmer and I hit X and then I clicked and it swapped back. Okay. That shouldn't happen. Yep, I'm not even going to say those words out loud because then that's going to be stuck in my head. And that is not what I want. No, sir. All right, so, man. So one thing I want to do is I want to move these two over at least one each. Update. And then I can move this over to about here, because this is going to go up to here and then it's going to come up and around. I'm just going to stop it there. I just want to put it out there, so to speak. All right. All right, and then we need a ground. Is there a small ground? There should be a small ground. Why isn't there a small ground? All right, so we are going to unvisible that. Man, whoever suggested that as a feature, they changed the way people use KiCad forever. It's actually not that big of a deal. All right, so there we go. Now there's supposed to be a wire that comes off of here and goes over to here. And so if I do one of these, there we go. All right, so this is, okay, let's click on here. Let me hit save because this might crash. So this is going to be X101, and it's going to be, man, what a crazy number. I wonder where this came from. 3.579545 megahertz. All right, so let's move this down here. And then I'm actually going to make this just slightly smaller. All right. So then this resistor is going to be a number 101, and it's going to be 5K. And then this capacitor is 103, and it's going to be 56P. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, I'm not falling for your music trap. Nice try. It's also from the same movie I quoted earlier. Nice try. All right, and then 20. All right. Okay, so that's working out. I'm happy with that. Let's keep going to the left. So let's see. This will now go out into the world as pin 2 unnamed. All right. Oh, I see what's going on. It's actually, all right. So I wonder, label. This is actually going to be actually not sure what this is. All right. And then I'm going to right click and I'm going to change to hierarchy label. And I did it that way because I don't know what the hotkey for hierarchy label is, or do I? Okay, I do. It's H. Whatever. All right. And then 9. Oh, you know what we can do? Ooh, this is going to be fun. Watch this. I'm going to highlight, let's see, which way do I want to go? I'm going to highlight just these pins, and then I'm going to right click and go to pin helpers and select wire, which will draw wires out to here. And then I'm going to right click. Okay, then we're going to select them again. And then I'm going to right click, pin helpers, hierarchical labels. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that cool? I like that. I like that a lot.
And there was much rejoicing.
Yay. Yay. All right. Okay, so chroma mod will get a resistor and a capacitor. Makes sense because I think that's an oscillator. If I remember the block diagram we looked at 5.5 seconds ago. All right, now we got a big mess here. So first let's grab this value and put this like over here, and then we'll left click and hold because there's the value and the reference are on top of each other. So I'm going to select reference, M to move this, and I'll put this like right here maybe. And then I'll kind of do the same thing with this resistor just to keep some like commonality between these two parts of the schematic. All right, so this should be 820 ohms, and this one should be 22 nanofarads. And then this will be 105, or that's a 106. Ooh, that's so much more bigger. Oh, that's so much easier to read. Why didn't I do that sooner? Jeez. And this will be a 102. All right, let's move this over. 1, 2, 3. Move this over. And then we'll loop this around to here. All right. So then we're going to grab a wire from, okay, we want to move these over so I can get it right in the middle. And then that's going to come down to about here. Let's copy and paste. What's going on? This capacitor. If I right click, can I reset the labels? Yeah, auto place fields. That does what I want. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Remember this bug? So I reported this bug. So this reverted back to C question mark. There's an issue. Watch well, I think this will work on this resistor. Right now this resistor is 102. And when I click on it, it goes to R question mark. There's a bug with setting the text value in the property manager. It was, and what was really funny is I went to report it and the behavior changed. Like I tried like 2 or 3 ways and it worked each time. And then I went to report it and I couldn't get it to cause the same mistake. It did fail, but not in the same way every time. All right, so that's 106. So I did get this wrong. This was, oh, so this is actually a 100 nano. All right. There. Because this is 102, 820. This is a 100 nano, 105. 106 is this capacitor, which we just put. That's a 22 nano. And that's going to go to, all right, so let's do auto place fields. And that's going to now be R103 and a value of 560. All right, this should have been, there is no U designator on this schematic. Okay. Can I do, is there an annotate selected? Let's go to the annotation tool. Which one is it? This one. Annotate selection. Annotate. And then I'm going to hide that. I want to annotate it because otherwise ERC is going to complain every time we try to do something with it. So we'll at least have the annotation done, which would be nice. Very nice. Okay, so this is now going to go to a transformer, which is more than meets the eye. What do we got? We got coil over here, coil over there. Okay, let's look and see what are our transformer options. Under device, so we got a primary, secondary. Is there one where they're offset? No. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this transformer roughly here. And then we're going to edit this symbol. Edit library symbol. And then hold on. Is there another one of these? Is this the same? No, that's different. I am not going to make I'm undoing this. I'm not making a library symbol for this. We're just going to edit this symbol in place. And what I want it to do is take out this arc, maybe? Yeah. And do that. Okay. All right. And then we can do a wire to here, a wire to what will become ground. Now I'm wondering, are these intentionally two different ground symbols in the original schematic? Let me zoom out and see if there's like a key anywhere. No, this is what I was thinking of, what was up there. That's just for the colors. Okay. Yeah, I'm wondering if there's like a circuit ground, and then is this the actually modulator shield ground? Or are they the same thing, just drawn slightly different? So I'm just going to keep everything as ground right now, and then we can always change that later. Okay, so we'll need, let's move this over, move this up. Let's invisible this and edit this to be 101. It's like Q101. That works on multiple ways. All right. So then we're going to go wire to here, and then I need a capacitor, let's say a capacitor. Then over here is going to be another capacitor. And then we need some resistors. Whole lot of resistors. So let's just grab one of these. Let's say this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. All right, I'm going to highlight all of these, and then I'm going to press O to auto place their fields because they got moved around, and I'd rather not. Well, actually, I'm going to end up moving them all anyway. Oh well. Okay. So this is up here. Let's edit this symbol. This is going to be 100. Okay, so this is 110, and it is 100p. Okay, and then over here, we'll edit this one. This will be 109, and 109 looks like it's 180p. So I'm not going to worry about where the labels all end up yet, because I want to see how this shakes out. Ooh, I need a diode. Okay, I'll come back to that in just a second. Let's get this stuff over here drawn. So this is going to be 108 and 100. Then over here is going to be 111 and 22 nano. Hey, we don't have to edit that one. Yay! All right. This is going to come down here. I'm going to move. Whoa, no. Crap. What did I just press? Wire. Moving on. All right. Let's do something like this, and then something like that. And then this is going to come into something like this. Okay, so this needs to move back up. And then we can clunk this together. And then where does this go? Okay, what I'm going to do for the moment is let's grab all of these. Let's move them down. And then we're supposed to grab something from inside of here, and it's going to end up over here for some reason. So I'm just going to do that for the moment. That looks good. Which one? C110 is oh, yep. Thank you. Fix that. I will definitely have to come back and give this a second pass. All right. So 108. And then that has a 111 and a 22. Oh, so that's a 100 and a 100K. And then this is going to connect to here. And this one is going to be 118. Nope, my bad. 119. And it will be 100K. And then that's going to go to ground. Okay. Okay, I should say. And then maybe we can do something like, what if we do just space all this out a little better. Okay. So then this becomes, let's edit this one. So this is going to become R10, come on, R107 and 100K. And then here is going to be 123 and 10 nanofarad. And that's going to go to whatever pin this is. So I'm just going to say, I'm just going to call this pin 7 because I don't know what else to actually call that at the moment. Yeah, I have to figure this out. Okay. So one 100, 111 is 22, 108 is 100. All right, then we're back over here. So then this was the 110, which is 100, 109, which is 180, and that connects to 108, which is 680p, and that's going to connect to here. All right. So we need to add a small, what is that? Is this a diode with a capacitor? That doesn't sound like something I know about. ITT310S. I can't read what this link is for. A varactor, maybe? Yeah, that's the word I was trying to think of. Yeah, okay. Varicap, varactor diode. Yeah, okay. Okay. It's not a varistor, that's different. Okay, I think this is the same thing. I feel like this is one of those parts I remember learning about in school and I have never used. It just has that, like feeling to it. That's how I felt like when I was at the capacitor company and we started talking to a varistor company, I was like, I feel like I should know what these are. And of course, everyone there thought, well, you're an engineer. Don't you know what all the parts are? It's like, no. No, no, no. No, sir, no, sir, no, sir. All right, so that's going to end up like something like this, right? So between variable blah, 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 and down here to 100K, yep, that's where that goes. Let's edit this now and do D102 and give it a value of ITT310S, even though, you know, must start with letter. You know what? Whatever. Jeez. You know, KiCad, sometimes you have a lot of nerve. Just because I do it wrong doesn't mean you have to tell me about it every single time. All right, let's grab this ground reference and go to here. And then I'm going to add this one, but I have a feeling all of that's going to move here in a minute. All right, so we have 180 connects to, or 109 connects to 108, and that's a 680 and a 180. The diode, and then this one, and this one connects down to here. So now what we're missing is we need to do this transistor. I wonder if I've added these for this library already. No. Nope, nope, nope. Do they exist in KiCad already? 1674. No. All right, what I probably have done then is I probably just said, give me an NPN, and then we need to know what its pinout's going to be. So let's go look for a 2CSC 1674. And survey says emitter collector base. So we're going to go ECB. Okay, so I'm going to just type this in because it's Q underscore NPN and then it's ECB. All right, because it should be emitter collector base, right? Is that what this data sheet said? Emitter collector base. Base. Yep, okay. All right, so then we'll plop this down roughly here. And let's name some things on here. 2SC 1674. Probably do something more like this. All right, so the collector is easy. It connects to whatever's going on up here. Let's move this up so we can just run a wire to here. All right. And then what is this, like a common emitter amplifier? No, that's not what it is. It's a, maybe it's emitter follower. I should know my transistor circuits better. That's actually a topic I've wanted to do entirely because I just want to retrain myself. I want to go through, like, I want to take like the art of electronics, and there's a chapter on transistor circuits, and I just want to build them and, well, basically build them and make measurements. I think that would be like really fun. And just be like, all right, what does this configuration do and why? Because like it's not something I don't deal with discrete transistors other than a switch. So like when I look at stuff, I don't always recognize what's going on. And I would like to be able to do that. It is a skill I wish I had. All right, let's move this one up here maybe. All right, gonna move this down to here, move this down to here. And then this one is going to be a 330, and this is 105. I'm really hoping that the modulator circuit does not repeat designators that already exist in the rest of the circuit. Because if so, that's going to not be fun. All right, and then this is going to be 107, and it's a 10 nano. All right, so this was the 330 105 to the base, and this came around to this junction, which was on the transformer, which went to a 100. I'm going to flip both of these for clarity. Move this down a little bit. And then this was a 100, 108, 118, 100K, 100K, 119, 107, 10, 123. And between, let's see, that came down here. This comes down up here. Okay. Okay. I'm pretty good with that. Oh. This little bit of the circuit is one I wasn't looking forward to because of all of the discretes, but it's going pretty smooth so far. Why did I just say that out loud? Okay. Let's move on to... All right, so I'm going to extend this wire out because this comes somewhere around here. And then I want to bring this RF modulator. We're going to get a cap. Ah, come on, really? We're going to do one of these. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. All right. And then this is, I keep wanting to use that. 16. And this will be 100p. I'm going to try and move that one time over. All right, and then we'll go ahead and do another ground. All right, so then let's see, this comes down here. And then we're going to have a cap here, a cap here. This looks like a bunch of matching networks. A cap here. Inductor, and then cap, cap, cap. I probably have made a mistake, but I'm not going to worry about it because we'll figure it out in just a second. All right, so now let's add L small. And let's see, we're going to have, goes 100p 68.5 with a inductor right here. And then we do, this will be a 39 and an inductor, whoops, right here. And then, wait, this is going to be 101, 102, 103. All right, and then I'll go ahead and add some R's real quick. Nope. Okay, and then that's going to be RF out. So we can just go ahead and go with one of these right now. RF out. But I want to make that an output. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is the same thing I did earlier. I'm going to select all of the parts we just pasted in. I'm going to hit O to get everything back to their default place. Yeah, because I think we're going to have enough room for that. All right, so let's edit this and make this 117. Let's make this window a little smaller. Wrong button. Make this window a little smaller. It'll be 117, and then this will be 68p. And then this one's going to be 7. That's got to be an 8. I guess it might, yeah, because I see the 9 down there. So that works. So this will be a 5p. This inductor, like most inductors, doesn't have a value. I love that. That's always fantastic. L101, turn the value off. All right. And then this is going to become 119. And it's 39p. This will become L102. And we'll turn that off. And this will become L103. So next week, we are going to do a Macintosh schematic because it is Marchtober. Or was it Marchtober? Marcintosh. Maybe it's Marcintosh. Does that sound like a thing? Yeah. So I think we will do... I don't know which one we're going to do yet, and I think I want to do the color classic at a minimum. I'd like to find a schematic for the analog board, because a year ago I started recapping one, and I never finished. It's still sitting in pieces in my basement. I think I have all the caps I need. Don't really know. 9p, 103, 56p, 122. Oh, missed the R. Okay, that's cool. Here's what I'm going to do, though. I'm going to connect this one. And we're going to move this over here. And then I'm going to move this one to here. And I'm going to copy and paste this one over to here. I should have done the value first. Oh, well. So that will be 117. And this will be 100. And when I say analog board, I'm talking about they're all-in-one Macintoshes, so the CRT. That's where most of the big electrolytics are. The power, I guess the power supply has a bunch too. So the hard part on CRTs is they all have a bipolar electrolytic that is not made anymore. The bipolars that are available clearly don't have the same impedance characteristics. And that's actually something I wanted to try and investigate, is what were the original specs for some of those, because I think you can get away with just replacing them with a film cap, which is what I want to try on one of the Macintoshes I have. And then I also started toying with the idea of making a board that holds ceramics. And because for like 400 volt, I think the electrolytics are rated for 400 volts, or maybe it's 100. I don't remember. You can actually get ceramics that would work that way, or that are spec'd okay, but you'd have to put a boatload of them in parallel, but they'd be just as long as the original electrolytic is. And so I think that's another approach. But if the film cap works, then just, the film cap. The only reason I kind of want to do the ceramic approach is because then it's unlikely to wear out in a reasonable time frame. I mean, people don't realize it, but ceramics do have a wear out mechanism. especially from that era. Well, I should rephrase. If they're base metal electrode, if they're precious metal electrode, then the wear out's not nearly as bad. All right, I'm just centering these because it bothers me when they're not, although it may actually make the circuit more readable, or there may be a reason they're not. Maybe I will put this back over here. Okay. So let's see if what we have makes sense. Hold on. C16 100p goes to 68, C17, which goes to 118 5p, and they're connected to 101, which is in parallel with C119 39p next to 102, 129p next to 103, 121 56p next to 122, 100p R15, and that p is picofarad. If for some reason somebody didn't know that, I'm not just trying to be dirty. Okay, so those all look good. I want to move all of these resistors down one click. I guess those aren't resistors, but whatever. Okay, let's go with that. Yes, that looks very nice. That is very nice looking. Why does this still say untitled.KiCad schematic? It still says untitled up here too. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. Okay. Let's keep going. Let's see now. Up here, we have the need for a resistor. All right. 82 and 113. All right, and then another capacitor will come up down here. Okay, this whole section is going a lot faster than I thought it was going to. I don't know why I was so worried about it. I mean, it's a lot of clicking, but I actually need to take my mouse apart and find out what kind of switch it has, because between CAD work and video editing, I'm shocked my mouse still works. I click it. I've got to be well past 1 million clicks at this point. Well past it. All right. This connects to here. And then there's a big inductor. I mean, if 10 microhenries is big. And then that's where this thing was supposed to eventually connect to. I see. Okay. All right. And so this is going to be L104. Ah, no, come back. L104 and 10 microhenry. All right. And then over here, we're going to have a ferrite, or an inductor with a ferrite core. So what is our... Uh-oh. It's not coupled. L ferrite. Or is that an iron core? Ooh. Hey, Squire. Yeah, I'm trying out this overlay. So here's the thing. I was watching this video, and it was about a streamer who clearly faked multiple blind speedruns. And they were talking about how they had an input overlay. And I was like, really? Because for years, I have wanted a good on-screen indicator of what I'm pressing. And it was like, wait, there's a plugin for OBS. I never realized that. So, yeah. So, and I think it's just called input overlay. It's got a little bit of a strange setup, but I get why. I mean, after I after I went through it, I understand why it's set up the way it is, but it was just a little bit strange at first. I'm not quite happy with it, but we'll get there. But yeah, I don't know. It's something that I've wanted for a really long time. So when I came across it, it's like, hey, we should add that. All right. So this is going to be, looks like this goes, okay, so this is going to end up being, I'm really not sure what we should do about the pinout of this yet. All right, I'm not going to worry about that at the moment. Hey, Sam, good to see you. Happy Thursday. All right. Let's move this. So somewhere up here, I'm going to press O again to reset that. And so I don't lose track. This is 120 and it's 22K. And then above this inductor is 111 and it's 112 and it's 220. And there's another one right here. Move this down. MC-10 was your first computer? Nice. Yeah, we a couple of years ago we repaired one, or we recapped it. I actually don't remember what we did to it, but we took one apart and did something to it on this stream a couple of years ago. And when I was going through, I was looking for a schematic that wasn't in the bit preserve archive yet, and I realized that the MC-10 hadn't been done, and I was like, perfect, because I wanted something that was relatively small to work on when KiCad was getting close to releasing version 8. And so like I was like, I wanted something that we needed, and I wanted something that wasn't going to be like an Apple level computer. So anyway, but yeah, I actually repaired one, or maybe I keep saying repair, is probably a recap. I recap everything. All right. It's actually, I like the basic, but I hate the keyboard. So that didn't stick, did it? Let's go to here. It can be done in one stream. Yeah. Well, I did not expect this to be done in one stream, but I did not think this was going to take like 6. But I also didn't realize like the modulator, where we would have to do the modulator. Well, that's about it. I should have just realized it's still pretty complicated. I don't know. It was funny in the Macrofab podcast that I have listed in the wherever chat is at. It was I appeared on it on Tuesday's release, and I brought up the fact that while working on the Mega 2E project, I got to a point where I was really good at picking tasks that could be done within 4-hour blocks, because like a lot of times it'd be like, well, we're going to try and I don't remember, I'm just picking something random, figure out how to boot from floppy. I don't even want to say that because that's not true. I got really good at being able to figure out what kind of tasks could be done in 4-hour blocks, so that either I finished it on stream or the next stream. And unfortunately, it's not a skill that I remember that I can actually teach. What is this? Oh, channel select. Okay. All right. So we got 120, 112, 22 in. And for those that don't know, Bit Preserve is a project. If you just search for Bit Preserve, it's a project or a repo on GitHub that archives vintage computer schematics redrawn in KiCad. So there's quite a few in there already. I would say pretty much all of the major computers are there now. Like all of the major 8-bit computers. I don't know that there's a significant platform that hasn't been done yet. And so I feel like and I'm not trying to disparage the MC-10, but it's probably not a super popular computer. So relative to say like a ZX81 or I think I just screwed this up. Yep, I did. Or, other things. D small filled. I need to draw on some of these other things because I'm getting confused. BH282, and this is diode 101. Then we need another trimmer capacitor. Which has no value, so that's nice. All right, and then we'll edit 113. Okay, so then let's do that and that. Okay, I screwed something else up. We're missing something. I'm missing capacitor 114. Also, this 220 doesn't connect to here. That's what's visually messing with me. So this should have been like right here. And this is going to be 114, and it's a 10 nano. Oh, I see what I did. Okay. That's going to go there. This is going to come down here because this then comes to here. Nope, that does not have a junction there. This comes down here. This is not connected there. This connects to here. And then, okay, so this all needs to move up is what's going wrong. I don't know what just happened down there. All right, because what I want is 14 needs to end up basically right here. All right. And then R11, that's what I'm screwing up. This goes here. I just thought of this. I need to add to my Git. I wonder if I'm logged in. I just realized I needed to add something to my report. Sorry, I'm going to take a detour. Crap. This is what I wanted. Note, I forgot to mention that auto annotations were turned off. I haven't tested this with them on yet. Okay. That might actually be significant. Or maybe it has nothing to do with the issue. For those that don't know what I'm referring to, there's a bug. We found a bug where if you edit a text field over here and then say copy and paste the part, it reverts back to the old value. So this was 111, I changed it to 333, and then just by copy and then pasting the part, it reverted back to the previous value. So, but given that it's doing that, it just occurred to me that maybe it's related to the fact that I turned annotations off or auto annotate off, which I'm sure is like, I feel like that's going to be one of those features that people don't typically turn off anymore. And so it would be really easy to miss that in testing. You know, like that kind of behavior would be like, oh, how many people are going to see that? Well, I did, so there's at least one. All right, so 220, let's come up to here and then to here. Bring this one down here, bring this one up here. Oh, nope, bring this back. And then bring this up here. Okay. So let me stop and just do a quick check to see before I do the transformer. D101, got that. That connects to C113, which goes to R111, which is a 220. And that connects to R110, which is also a 220. And that's on the top of the diode. And then I'll draw this line just to show that's going somewhere. This connection skips here, but goes to 4.7 over here to 112, and then a 22K resistor, and then these all come up here. Okay. 120, 122, 114, 112, 104. We lost the value on this one, probably because I turned them off on the others. L105, and that's going to go to plus 5 volts. 115, 22, 113, 82. All right, let's do the ground while we're right here. Hey, that's not fair. That's cool. Thanks for sharing, Squire. Yeah, I mentioned it like on the Macrofab podcast, and one of the questions that they asked, which is a good question, is, well, is anyone verifying the schematics are correct? And I've said for a long time that that's going to be the major trade-off and drawback to the whole project is how do we verify them? But however, I think as long as you know that there's probably mistakes in the schematic you're looking at, what I like to do is I'll find the thing I want in the KiCad schematic, and if necessary, I'll open up the OC or the scan schematic as well, just so I can be like, okay, well, here's the area I'm looking for. Does this look like this thing? Is there something about it that makes me go, this could be wrong? It's still more effective than trying to look through some of these crappy scans. It's just a little more convenient. What in that? Is this a coupled inductor? Or is this a cap? Oh, what is this called? because it's a transformer and a cap. I mean, other than, is it a filter? Like, what it would be just a inductor and a cap? Is that just a LC filter? Stop it, stop it, stop it. A tank, maybe tank? Okay, it's not coupled because it's a cap. I was thinking it was like a coupled thing, but that doesn't make sense. And there's not just like filters, is there? There's an EMC filter. That's not what that is. It's not a common mode. I don't know what that is. It's not really, it's probably not an RF filter. Yeah, I was hoping there would just be like a generic symbol that kind of fits what this is. Yeah, okay. All right, we'll just draw one. I think you're right, Squire. Let's start with a ferrite, an L ferrite small. And I'm going to edit this symbol. What's the difference between a bandpass and a tank? Isn't the tank an inverse of a bandpass? Or am I thinking of something else? All right. I'm just going to do this. We're just going to draw. I wonder if this is going to work. If we go to browser, well, that's not what I wanted, but if we go to C small, if I open up this and just copy this whole thing, I'm going to close this and then I'm going to edit this symbol. I'm going to paste this. Darn. Yeah. Oh. This got me what I wanted. Pin, move. Pin, move. All right. And then what if we set, why is my grid broken? Why come my grid not work? What happened? What happened? Okay, I know what's going on. Okay. We can survive this. Oh, come on. What? Are you kidding me? So I know what's going on. The symbol itself is not drawn on the grid because all that matters is the pin is on the grid. So as long as that happens, none of this other stuff actually kind of matters. What? What is going on? Okay. I'm getting closer to what I want it. There. Okay. This, however, this is a problem. I'm gonna have to, I know what I'm gonna have to do. I just don't want to do it. Really? 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 All right, so what I need to do now is I'm going to just override this and then change this back. So grid overrides were added to version 8, and it's primarily to prevent you from getting stuff off the grid. Okay, that's as good as I'm going to get that. All right, so then I got to go back because otherwise this is going to break everything. Nope, come back here, little jerk. Ah, notch is what I was thinking of. Yeah, okay. I don't know, filters, come on, give me a break. That's analog stuff, you know, that's just not, analog stuff is boring. Actually, analog is really cool. It's actual design. It's actually one reason I like power supplies. I feel like power supplies are one of the last areas of actual circuit design. Everything else is just plugging in parts. Okay, so what the heck? I gotta go one more. After all that, I still have to go one more over. And somehow I can't get this to fit. Even though this looks like it should be even now. I'm going to draw a new line. I want to, oh my God, the whole thing's off the grid. That's the problem. Oh, I hate dealing with this kind of thing. Oh, it's because I changed it. So if I hit N, I'm going to, yeah, here's what I want it to do. But then this is not, I don't think that's symmetric, because if I draw a line from here to here, what did I just do? If I draw a line from here to here, where's its midpoint? Okay, this is ridiculous. I don't believe I'm spending all this time on something that truly does not matter. I'm still doing it. Still doing it. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I don't. Oh, tank is LC. Okay, yeah, okay. I just realized what you said, Squire. Okay. All right. Also, where does this connect? It connects into something called the RF tank circuit. Dummy. Goodness gracious. Sometimes. Oh, you know what I will do is... I want to represent what they did. So what I want to do now is let's draw a rectangle around here. Edit that and make it dashed. And then we'll edit the pins and we'll make them be 40 mils. I don't like that. That length does not sound like a correct length to me. Yeah, that seems better. Okay. There we go. And then this is going to go down to here. Move this over just a smidge. Connects there, connects to there. And then this will come up to here. Look at that. That's so pretty. It looks like I knew what I was doing the whole time.
There was much rejoicing. Yay!
Okay. Thick and thin film resistors. You know what? Actually, at Element 14, I asked them to find a resistor guy. Like, I was like, look, I can talk about caps all day long. I want to talk to somebody that knows resistors as well as I know caps, because I feel like there's a lot of interesting things that would be nice to know about the different types of resistors. And it was sometimes I wonder, it's like, I'm not an expert in a lot of things, but I just sometimes I just know they're like an idea is a really good one. Like, it's like, this can go somewhere. I know it can. And trying to get people to understand that is not easy. So, because I just got a lot of opposition to it. It's like, nobody cares. It's not going to be worth it. There's not enough there to talk about. I'm like, well, there's got to be somebody. I don't know, whatever. Noise, the characteristics. I want to think about the temperature coefficient differences. What happens with their aging rates? Just stuff. I don't know. It just frustrated me that I couldn't find somebody to nerd out about resistors. So I'm glad you got to hear that conversation. I really do feel like with passive components, they get so, unless you're doing something where you're dealing with their parasitics, they just sort of get passed over as an interesting thing to consider, which is unfortunate because they're actually really cool. Like, there's a lot of technology that goes into making passives, and they're just kind of brushed off, and it's like, geez. Like, a laser trim resistor. What a crazy idea. Modulator unit. I'm just going to put this in here. Even though I should probably put it in the metadata, but whatever. I'm just going to do that. All right. RF out. Oh, so I wanted to do, that doesn't have, because it's the actual RF output connector. And then this is 8. I'm still not sure of what we're going to do, because I do want to, I guess this will work out. I don't know. All right. So I'm just going to say that this is done for now because my head hurts. I meant the modulator's done for now. Because I want to be able to save this and then leave the sheet. And then we're going to do import. Wait, before I do this, I want to be able to see. So import sheet pin 7, which is down here on the bottom. And then Luma. See, the problem is I don't know where this goes then. Luma, oscillator in, clock actually goes in between them. Color ref is over here as well. Our color A and color B. Color ref is somewhere else. Channel select is over here. RF out is over here. 5 volt is right there. Yeah, I don't like that. Okay, so this should have been whatever pin 2 is, which I think I said is the oscillator in. Then it should have been clock. Color A and B, I believe, are on the bottom. Yep. And then is that color reference, I guess? Because I think Y is Luma, right? And then that leaves the clock. And that's all going into this chip up here. Okay. I need to move that up out of my way. So I want to move this over here. And I'm going to grab this whole thing. And we're just going to move this down some. And then I want to move this up some. So I can bring this up to here. Because what I want to do, well, what I wanted to do is this. I had wanted to grab these, do pin helper wire, bring wires all the way over to basically here. And then I want to grab these again. Oh, nope. Yeah, that's going to get everything. And then I want to right click and do pin helper net labels. And I'm going to move those over here. Which way are they facing? Shift them this way and go like this, because what I want is basically to be able to do this. But I have a feeling E or C is going to be so mad about this. Or is it? Am I overthinking this? Well, here's what we're going to try, because I feel like E or C is going to be mad that these are labeled something different than what this name is. And then where's the 5 volts at? Nope, I want this. I don't know, I just pressed. Right, and then what is this supposed to be? This is R26, nope. And 100K. 100K. All right. So I'm going to run E or C because I want to see what it says about these pins. I don't care about everything else it's going to complain about. It doesn't care. All of that, and it doesn't care. Okay, so I could have just named these the pin numbers, which would make more sense actually, wouldn't it? That. Well, I don't know what I want to do. So U8, this wire, this is going to go, I wonder if this is like the color enable or something. I'm not sure what that does. This is going to come to RF. Isn't there's a not code? Yeah, this was what I wanted. RF out. That's going to have a ground. And this is going to be, we're going to do turn. So I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to go to annotate. I'm going to say just annotate this selection because I don't care what value it gets. And then we're going to do RF out to TV. All right. 5 volts is going to go to a whole boatload of other stuff, which we haven't done yet. And then this is going to go to a, what is the switch? Is this a single or double pole single throw? I don't know what these are. All right. If I come in here, I don't know what is a toggle switch. Single pole double throw? Yeah, I guess that's actually what it is, isn't it? I just wonder if there's one that looks like that. There's a double pole double throw. Single pole. Let's just do single pole double throw. Darn it. Okay. Okay, for the moment, we're just going to do this because I can't believe there isn't a slide that does that. That seems weird. I'll do that. There. Okay. Yeah, I'm surprised there's not a slide. I wonder if there's like a... there's got to be somebody that's done one. But... see, polarize small. Let's get this, see if we can knock this part out. So this is C2. It is 10 microfarad voltage, probably a 25 volt. All right. If I hit O right now, will this reset things nicely? Yes. Why it doesn't do that automatically, I don't know, but whatever. All right. And then let's move this down a little. We're going to bring this over here. I'm going to bring this up. And then we're going to do a 7805. Flip it. Flip it good. Go over like this. Do one of these. We're going to add plus 5V. I'm going to put that right there. We don't have to add a power flag because the 7805 symbol already has a power flag. VCC, apparently. I don't understand what that is. Okay. Oh, I see what they're saying. It's whatever comes off the I was going to say regulator. Why can't I think of the word rectifier? All right, and this is the BAC we saw earlier. 4700U, 16 volt, C5. Hey, Sid. Wow. Nice to see you over on this side of the world. You know, YouTube versus Twitch. You just upgraded to KiCad 8. That's good to hear. I happen to be a fan of it. Which actually, well, that's yes and no. I'm surprised at the number of small bugs in 8 compared to the release of 5, 6, and 7. Like, I have run into far more usability things that are like, how did that get missed? Okay, I got the capacitor wrong. However, I'm still like all of the new features, but I'm just surprised that there's as many issues that are not like, they're not the kind of issues where it's like, oh, it's really strange. It's like, I don't know. I forgot. Sheet border. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm not going to make the sheet bigger because I think I can still make this work. I just want to get all the parts down. 8.1 then. Yeah, I think 8.0.1. And in fact, I'm kind of mad at myself. I meant to install 8.0.1. There's a release candidate that just came out last couple of days. I'm not sure when. And this morning I thought about it. I was like, oh, I should install that for the stream. And then I forgot. So, all right. Rectifier. Is there a one without a part number? Yeah. So I need anode, cathode. It's this one, right? Right? Because I'm gonna flip this. Oh, here, we'll just do it this way. I'm gonna do this, and then we're going to edit this and be S. Is that a 1, you think? I bet it's a 1. S1 RB A10. And we'll just move that. I like this idea. Anyway, I meant to install the release candidate, and then I forgot. So, since I seem to be running into, this is what, our 5th stream on this schematic, and I think I found issues in every one of them. Okay, so that's VCC, and this is going to be ground. But I think it's worth upgrading and using anyway. I really don't feel like there are serious, oh, don't use it issues. Can you do a 45 degree? No, you can't do 45 degrees in schematic. This is going to be gross. All right, that's going to go to a power switch. And then this is going to go to here. Come on. And then that's going to branch off and go somewhere else. We'll deal with that in a minute. Yeah, so then we got to move all this over. Wait, where's the pin at? All right, and then we can put this one up here. I hate this, is just gross. Okay. That's a pain. It was definitely gentler from 5 to 6. So 4 to 5 was massive. 5 to 6 was huge. 6 to 7 was pretty easy. And then 7 to 8 is relatively easy too. And part of it is just the team is doing faster cadence now. So, for better or worse, if they're trying hard to do major release every, looks like 12 to 14 months, which I'm kind of wondering how long that can actually hold out, because I feel like at this point all of the low-hanging fruit is done. It's like there's not everything that they have left to implement is not trivial. And so, at some point you're going to have to say, well, there's just not enough stuff to do a release this year, a major release this year. I just don't know when that time is going to come. I just realized something. Come on, where's it at? Okay, I was thinking there might be a bridge that already has the caps in it. Nope. Okay, so we got 9, 10, 12, 11. Up here we come up and we go to the switch. Down here, I'm going to draw it this way. All right, something like that. Is there a 45 degree? No, really? Well, today I learned about this symbol. I saw that too, and my brain just did not make the connection. Well, that looks a hell of a lot better. I'm trying to get the label of this one to do what I want. Okay, that's better. All right, and then we'll just move all of these over here. That actually looks pretty cool now. All right, so that's 11. This is 12. This is 10. This is 9. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. That's good stuff. Okay. So now we need a double pole, double throw switch. Or no, double pole, single throw. Yeah. Oh, look at that. I even got to line it up without even trying. All right, Francois, have a good night. Take care. Catch you on the Mastodons. So this looks like a barrel, or okay, I know what I'm gonna do for this. I'm just gonna go. Is it a barrel jack? I think this is a barrel jack, even though it's a AC input. So this is super creepy, and this happens every spring. For some reason, right where I'm sitting, spiders will descend from the screen, from the ceiling, and they're these white spiders, and so it's like I don't see them until they start like dangling in front of my face. And I thought I just saw one. It was a piece of like lint or dust, but it happens every spring, and it is not like that's a lot. Like every year I've only seen like 2, but still it's like, and I don't know, because they're white and they're just they move so fast. They're so creepy to me. And then they're always like right in front of my face. I don't know how they know where my face is at. Just okay, it is barrel jack. Okay. Anyway, that was a story nobody asked about. I will actually admit the weirdest, freakiest one happened to me the other day. I was recording some video, and so I have my overhead camera set up, and usually when I'm working on it, it's like my face is like, so like the camera will be like right here in front of my head, and so like I'm constantly hitting it, right? That's where it's at. And so I was working on something, and then I'm like, oh, I need to change some camera settings. And I turned my face up just a little bit, and one of those spiders was like crawling on the camera. And oh man, did I if I had to go to the bathroom, I would have gone to the bathroom, because it just freaked me out that I was so close to it. It was just so unbelievable. Yeah. Anyway, Spider's like, hey, how you doing? Probably. Oh, hey there, friend. Got any good bugs? And the thing is, my house is very old. It's like 115 years old or something. I guess it's 110 years old. And so, it's not uncommon for a house this age to have, even with pesticides, I just, there's not much I can do, right? And it just, it's in the spring. I'll see a couple of those, and they just freak me out. And that, like, when they're like in my face, it's like, oh. My deal with spiders is I have no problem with them existing. It's just they stay out of my sight. Like, you go do your thing, stay out of my sight. Gonna eat all the bugs you want. I don't care. Stay out of my sight. That just no. When I lived in Texas, there was this in one of the houses I lived in. The whole neighborhood had these types of spider that I've only ever seen there, but it was mostly black, except for either its eyes or feelers that were like where you would like normally think a bug's eyes were at, and those were white, and they twitched and moved very fast and constantly. They were the creepiest spider I have ever encountered in my life. Like I just, to me, every time I saw one of those, I was like, I am making this thing dead as fast as I can. And I remember I was like talking to one of my neighbors one time. Like, I went over to, I think I maybe like dropped something off at his house or picked something. I thought I just touched a bug. It was just a piece of tape. But like, I went over to his house to pick something up, and I'm standing in his doorway, and like somewhere around his front porch, they must have just hatched, and there was like 1,000 of them. And I was like, I've got to go, dude. I'm like, this visit's over. I'm done. I'm out. So yeah, now I'm like, I think everything I touch is a spider. Oh, fun times. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the other one. Like, okay. I mean, when I clean my house, I clean up the spider webs like any normal person does, right? But I also, like, if I clean my house and the next morning I see a little web in the corner, I don't necessarily clean it right away, because it's like, well, maybe there's some like ants or something, you know, or whatever. Just like, I want to see where this is going to go. But don't put a spider web where my face is going to go. You're not trying to catch me. Well, maybe they are, actually. I don't know. You guys ever see like banana spider? Like, I think they're called banana spiders. They're about the size of my head, and then they have legs, and they love to put webs behind bushes. So again, in Texas, I had 2 different friends that at their houses had one of these spiders. And like, the one friend was like, I hate this, but I have to kill it because it was in the front yard. And it's like, if you kind of looked around the bush, you could just see this basketball sized spider. And then my other friend, he lived like kind of in a very, what's the opposite of urban, rural neighborhood. I mean, it was basically like a forest preserve. And he was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to kill it. He was like, just let it be. It was like on the side of his garage. He's like, I'm just not going to go over there. So, but he's like, if that dude's going to go and catch a bunch of spider or catch a bunch of mosquitoes, like, let it. You know, I was like, why disrupt that idea? That's weird. Why are you still awake? What do those eat? Cats? Yeah. Yeah. No, I think they just, I think they get like roaches, like, you know, like Texas sized roaches. Like I think that's what they have to be feeding on, stuff like that. I want to say they don't normally catch like rodents, but I think they could have. I think it could. Like, it wouldn't surprise me. But I think it's they end up getting like the really big bugs, which is part of why, like, especially with my friend that lived in the rural area, he's like, yeah, he's like, I want this thing. He's like, I'll make it my pet. Also, I'm not touching it. It's like, yeah, no, we'll just let that be. Yeah, I think VEE was a negative supply. It looks like it's probably a negative supply for the 741. I don't know what this is. This says 741C LM339. Oh, and it's an and sign. I'll just do that. All right. Okay. Enough of that talk. Precious. Yeah. Actually, this is totally random, but same neighbor that had the hatched spiders, like freshly hatched. He had a cat that was like the coolest little cat that I've ever encountered. She I missed this earlier. These are through 12. 9 C9 through C12. Oh, come on. Edit this. 22 nanofarad. And in fact, we're going to go edit these real quick. This is where I wish the property panel was working, because we could just select all of these and do them at once, but since it's not working, I have to do them one at a time. Okay. Okay. All right. I think that's going to be it for now. Let's just see what ERC brings us. Okay, first we have I wish I could just select, gosh, I wonder if this works. You know what I would really like to be able to do is I would like to be able to go into violations. Yeah, you know what? I want to be able to just say run this check. Because right now, all I care about is what's not annotated. I want to fix that. I wonder, is there another way to... I wonder if I turn on the search panel and sort by symbols. Okay. Yeah, that works. So then I'm going to zoom in here and I'm going to click on this one and then this one. Well, that's not working. I thought you could click on these and it would go to them. Or at least it did when I was testing it before. Where is... Okay, so this does not have a designator. It also is not connected to something. So we're not done. Darn. That is an 8 and a 9. It's got to be over here somewhere. I'm trying to remember where did... Okay, so it's above U2. Can we find U2 more easily? There's U1. Here's U2. Oh, I think I found it. So I think that's supposed to be 12. And above that is supposed to be 12. All right. Who else is not connected? So why isn't this working? Hold on. I'm going to exit because I think there's something wrong. I think that should be jumping around the page. CVOR has reverse polarity. Okay. Hey, by the way, super secret. I have version control in my version of KiCad 8, and I'll bet you do not. So I'm in a Git repository. I can right click and I can go to version control and I can commit things. I'm not going to because it's broken, but I can even switch branches. Nice. So, haha, I have something you don't have. Actually, everyone has it. It's just there's a secret flag you can set to turn it on. Okay, so let's try this now. It's still not jumping. I wonder if I turn something off. No. Okay. All right. Yeah, this would be a lot better if it actually went to the thing. This is there's no point in this then. Oh, okay. So these aren't annotated because I didn't know how to annotate them. Okay. Okay, whatever. Ground has been... I want to... Yeah, the thing is, I know ground has been modified. I don't care. I want to ignore, but I don't want to ignore all. Shoot. Pin is not driven by output pin. I care about that. Tri-state connected, unplaced units. Okay. Okay. Duplicate item, R1. Crap. Okay. We might be able to fix that one quickly. Of the 140 warnings and errors, there's one I think I can fix fast. So somewhere up here, there's a 741. That is definitely R1 right there. So then somewhere over here, where's this at? Oh, the pull-ups for the microcontroller. Oh, that was before I turned off auto annotation. That's why. That's 23. That should be 22. So let's make that 22. All right, that's easy. This item, this capacitor is not annotated. Which one is that? That's for U9. We can fix that one real quick. 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Oh, we still have to do the edge connector too. Shoot. Okay. Okay. All right, I'm going to stop there. We still have more to do. I can't believe this. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to take a break from this project, and next week we're going to work on a something Macintosh related. Probably do that for the last couple of weeks of the month, and then come back to this in April. I kind of need to take a break from it. This thing's driving me crazy. I may have to print this one out. I might have to print it out. So, all right. So a couple of things. There was a new Workbench Wednesdays video that came out this week. Yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. So it's on pull-up resistors for I2C. If you haven't seen that, it's one that I had wanted to do for a super long time, and so I'm really glad to finally have gotten it. This one. I definitely want to stage those. I don't know what these are. So anyway, yeah, so you might want to check that one out. And then there's a link up here. I'll repaste it in case this isn't working. I don't know if this is going to work. All right. Go look for the MacroFab. I'll just do this. MacroFab Circuit Break Podcast in your favorite podcast app. Parker and Steven interviewed me on the Mega 2E project, and had a really good conversation with them, even though it started storming like crazy in the last 10 minutes of our talk. And then within minutes of us stopping the recording, the storm stopped. And then the next morning it snowed. It was super crazy. Anyway, so go check those things out. Yeah. And then pretty soon I'll have a project video up on a Wi-Fi LED detector, or an attempt to make one. So, all right, guys, thanks for hanging out. It's been fun. Hope you find time to do something you enjoy doing. And if you do, please make sure you share it with someone. All right. Take care. Catch you later. Bye.